What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going through my office and I'm going to show you guys around again. I've made a few changes. It's looking a little bit like a rainforest, as you can see behind me, but I like to keep it fresh, and coming into a new wedding season I want to keep it a space that I really want to be in. That's quite an important thing in my point of view, where, you know, if you're here a lot and you've got to edit a lot and you're always in your office, you know, I don't have a day job, so this is my office during the day. I want it to be a place that I really want to be in and a place that I enjoy. I also want to talk a little bit about how I'm using my iMac and how it's been lately, you know, after a couple of months getting used to it from being on a PC. So let's jump into it. Alright guys, let's just jump straight into it with my desk tour here. So this is my main setup that I have. You know, previously I had my iMac over here where my MacBook is, but I've just moved it because I'm noticing I was getting really frustrated with the iMac monitor, and when I looked at my images on my LG monitor, they looked so much better. So what I've done is moved them together, and I've just connected them both with a USB-C cable, and I'm using the LG monitor as my main, which I'm really loving. A couple of things straight off the bat. I noticed that Lightroom runs faster, and I'm putting that down to being at 4K instead of 5K. So not a huge difference, but it definitely is a little bit faster when you're scrolling through images. One of the reasons I like an ultra-wide screen, if I open up Final Cut Pro here, you can see I'm just editing this video, and the timeline is massive, so you've got so much screen real estate to play with, and it just makes things so much more comfortable. So really loving that. It does help with Lightroom also. So next, I still have my PC. Obviously I said I wasn't going to sell it, and I'm really not. So I'll put the specs over here to the left, but generally speaking it's really fast. It still performs amazing. Just some of the quirks of Windows are kind of a pain in the butt, but you know, it is what it is. So this is a 64 gig RAM, GeForce GTX 1080 Ti card. It's water cooled, it's i7, a couple of SSDs in there, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, really loving how that one performs still, and it's definitely not going anywhere. So next along here is my MR524 studio speakers. So they are really nice, they sound amazing. The quality's just outstanding. So much better than a normal speaker setup. So these are both amplified, obviously both powered individually, and they are both plugged into this Focusrite studio monitor here. It's just a small one. I think it was only a few $100s, but it's really nice and it works perfectly. It's just plugged in via USB to the back of the iMac, and you know, no problems at all. It doesn't need any software or anything like that. And I can also plug my acoustic electric guitar into it, and I can record if I like, or just listen to it through the speakers. So really loving that. Now this plant here, my new plants, this is a fake one. I've had this one for ages. I don't know, that was my first investment into the plant world. Pretty lame really, but it's still there. So today I went out and I bought these ones. So I've got this bad boy here, and that's also a fake one. Pretty disappointing. And I've got another one that's the same as the one behind the monitor. And then over here with all this bloody mess, which I haven't sorted out yet, is another one. Also a real plant. I don't know. I wanted plants. I'm happy I got them. They look cool. Feels like a nice space. And usually I have the windows open, but it's a bit too bright. So anyway, now one thing with this LG monitor is I have my PC and my iMac plugged into this thing. I've got one keyboard here. This is a Razer and a Razer mouse, which is hooked up to the PC, and then I've got my trackpad and you know, the Apple products in front, because that's what I'm using most of the time. Now the cool thing is, if I just press this little button under here, change the input, and then bam, I've got a Windows PC and a Mac right next to each other. So it's really easy to switch between them, which is awesome. You can see it just puts it back to the main screen there, and if I go back into input and choose USB-C, it changes it all back and makes this one the main screen. So really happy with that. Don't know why I didn't do it before, to be honest, but you know. However, so again, standard grey Mac keyboard, trackpad and mouse. Magic Mouse I've kind of warmed up to a little bit. I know it was really pissing me off at the start, but I have gotten used to it, and it seems to be working for me a little bit better now. Still not ideal, but you know, I'm getting used to it, it's fine. Over here I'm still using the same hard drive, so these are Samsung 1TB SSD. and my 4TB Lacy USB-C drive for all the other stuff. So I have my current weddings on here, one catalog per wedding, and one folder, so I can take this thing and edit on any computer that has Lightroom installed. So I can unplug that, plug it into my MacBook, and just start right off where I ended last time. So here I've just got some little crystals that my kids gave me. So apparently they're magic. So next along here on the other desk, I've put my MacBook here. You know, obviously I'm not using that a whole lot when I'm in here, but it's there and I can use it at the same time if I wish, or if I'm doing some emails or something like that, I can just have it open there. I did buy another Magic Mouse for that, and I also bought another trackpad, and I also bought another keyboard to go with it. Same grey color, getting a little bit fussy there, I know. And then I have my Rode mic, which I'm using to do screen records and tutorials and things like that. Way better quality than any other mic I have. And my Logitech wireless headphones, which again I hardly ever use, but they're good for just, you know, when I want to edit late at night and the kids are asleep or something like that, I can do that. Just got my other camera, so this is my A7R3. I've just got the battery grip on the moment, and that's the 50mm Sigma 1.4, and that is the Sigma 135mm 1.8, the Sony mount one. I've already done a video on that, you can see that on my channel. Moving along, I just got my iPhone, that's just the 8 Plus there. So I just got a couple old film cameras there, my F100 and my F3. This one has a 50mm 1.8 on it, and this one's got a 35mm F2. I'm not shooting a lot of film these days, but you know, I really like it and I just go through phases of doing it. There I have my Wasabi charger, so this is a twin charger. It charges 2 of the FZ100 batteries for the Sony cameras at the same time, which, if you follow it down, is just plugged into a UE boom charger, because I find it works faster than any other ones, and yeah, it just works really cool. That multi-box has a USB plug, which is just charging my iPhone at the moment. And what else? There's my expired passport, expired last week. I need to get onto that, I need a new one. And then here I've got my printer. So this is a Canon Pro 10S. I am going to make a video on that soon and how I print stuff, because I've got to do some. There's my favorite cup. That's more of a fact, that statement, rather than just a novelty. That statement is true. So carrying on, down here I have just some papers and things like that. I usually use the Ilford Gallery Smooth Pearl for most of my stuff. I like the fine art ones as well, but the Smooth Pearl pretty much works really well for everything. And then down there I have my bag for my MacBook, which is just a Targus. It's nothing super fancy, but works well. Here I've got a couple of albums that I need to drop off to clients. There's the Queensberry one, and just some other books and stuff. Now this is the tripod I'm using when I'm filming my YouTube videos. So you can see if I turn it around and chuck it on there, that's the new view you're getting. It used to be over in the other corner. And this is the light I'm using. It's just a fluorescent, really cheap. You know, it's a budget one, but I use that for my YouTube videos and it works. It's awesome, works really well. And then I have a map of our entire country there, because I've just been planning out my trip. So I'm going to drive, I was going to go up north, but I think I'm just going to start in Auckland. Drive through down to Rotorua, Taupo, go all the way down, cross the Gap, and then all the way down to Queenstown, maybe even further, but you know, Queenstown and back, and I'm going to do some full driving and exploring and workshops along the way. So then I have my picture, my prized picture by my mate Lucas, which I need to hang up again. I've just taken everything off the walls. And that's our painting that me and Lucas done together, which is really crazy, but you know, I love it. And then, like I said, this is just all the other rubbish that I have to sort out. So I've got my RX100, that's a Mark V, which I'm using for some vlogs at the moment, some film, GoPros, my Sony RX0, and yeah, just a whole bunch of other stuff. So I've got some mics and tripod stands and things like that. Audio stuff, speed lights, printer ink. Here I've got my Pelican case, which I take with me for weddings if I'm not using my backpack, which is down there, and my guitar case. And that's pretty much it, guys. So Oh, my chair. This is the same chair I've had since I moved into this house or office, and it's so comfortable. I really love it. It looks pretty cool too, but I really got it because it's really nice and comfortable. It's got back support down there, and yeah, can't complain about that at all. It's so nice to sit on. So I said I was going to talk about my Mac quickly and how it's been compared to my PC. I'm totally used to it now. I really like it. It's not crazy better than my PC in any one regards, other than video editing with Final Cut Pro. So Final Cut Pro is just faster than anything else when you're using it on an iMac. I think most people know that, and I'm used to it now. It's really nice with the big screen, and yeah, it's just fine. I don't have really any major complaints with either system. The MacBook Pro I'm really loving. That thing is a beast. That's definitely my favorite computer out of all the ones I have. It's still really fast, and you know, works mint for Lightroom, works fine for video editing when you're using Final Cut. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate all your subscriptions that I'm getting, and I love all the feedback. Keep commenting, let me know what videos you want, and I'll see you guys in a few days. I have lots of videos coming up next week, so check those out, and I'll see you guys soon.